Happy Friday. Okay, today is Actors Day. I did theater in high school. You probably can tell here I am recording YouTube videos in my 30s. I was in Rumors, and The Importance of Being Earnest was my favorite play, so I had to audition for it. I see a spade, I call it a spade. Yeah, we did the English accents. I think I'm great at English accent. I really don't care if I'm wrong. I'm going to continue to believe I'm great at it. I don't think it's hurting anybody. Bottom line, I am not great at the time commitment required of being an actor. You have to go to rehearsal every day. So, I salute actors. That is hard work. I love to go see plays. That's probably the thing I miss the most in quarantine is going to the theater. I think it's really fun, but I'm too easily distracted. Got some really cool stamps. So today I'm gonna show you a video that I actually made for Instagram. I've been drawing birds and explaining what they are all about. And today I made a magpie video. The videos are called
Sophie draws and tells you about a bird.
Sophie draws and tells you about a bird. I made a magpie video, and magpies are really interesting birds. And as I was recording it, I was thinking about you guys because we talk about pie so often in this class. This is like a heavy pie class. So what I didn't get into discussing in this video, which I will tell you right now, should I interrupt the video? That's what I think I'll do. I'll interrupt the video.
Today we're going to be talking about magpies. There are actually a lot of different individual kinds of magpies. I'm painting a black-billed magpie because that's the kind that I grew up seeing, but I'm going to be talking about a lot of different kinds of magpies. There's yellow-billed magpies, Eurasian magpies, Australian magpies. There's a ton of types. This is a really big bird. If you've never seen one, they look like they're not that big, but they've got super long tails. The tail won't fit on this piece of paper. I kind of had to smoosh it down and make it smaller than it was. They're corvids, which is the same family as blue jays and ravens and crows. So if you know anything about birds, you know that corvids are super, super smart. Magpies are definitely not an exception to that rule. Eurasian magpies are one of the only animals, non-human animals in the whole entire world who can recognize themselves in mirrors, which doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but actually most primates can't recognize themselves in a mirror, and certainly not many other birds can, so it is kind of a big freaking deal. They also have funerals for each other. When a magpie has died and another magpie finds it, they screech loudly, and then all the magpies gather around the dead magpie and sing and seem to mourn its passing. They can also find their food using smell, which almost no other bird can, because birds can't smell very well. It's just not something they're able to do, but magpies have used their brains to develop their sense of smell in order to be really good at finding food, which is good because they love eating and they will eat anything from seeds to other birds' eggs to even small other birds. They love to eat. I relate. Magpies are incredibly friendly, and they really like humans. We have the good food, after all. And because they like humans, and they kind of always have, there's a lot of lore about them. You might have heard that they like to collect shiny things. That's not actually true. It was written in a play in 1851 that became a super famous viral, let's use the word viral, play in the 1800s, and got turned into an opera, and everyone knew the play about a magpie stealing shiny things. And now people still believe that that is true of magpies. In Europe, magpies are bad luck. In Asia, magpies are good luck. Oh, and in Europe, sometimes magpies are good luck. Definitely magpies connote luck. Also, just fun fact, the word pie, as in like a pie that you eat, comes from the word magpie. When magpies were first discovered around the same time as ravens and crows and turned up in literature in the 1300s, they were just called pies. But then later in the 1300s, that word came to mean pies that you eat, and they had to add the mag to the word. This is not an etymology video, and I'm almost done drawing this magpie, so I'm not going to tell you why the words got confused with each other, but it's not because we used to eat magpies. It has a lot more to do with how they look. See how beautifully contrasting their feathers are?
So the word pie, when it was invented, when it was Latin, when I don't know, language is crazy. Isn't it crazy that we invented language? Like I am saying words to you. Other animals don't have this. It's insane. When the word pie came to be, it really only referred to these birds, these black and white birds that were everywhere in Old England. And they were super black and white. And so either, there are two theories, either the colors of the birds, the black and white contrast, reminded people of the black and white contrast of what pies looked like back then. It used to be that the inside of pies were like super black and the outside were like pretty white. And or the other possibility is people believed that magpies stole objects and collected them, which not true, but people believed it. Pies originally were like pastry where you put inside all of the old leftover stuff you had in your kitchen that you didn't want it anymore, and so you made it into a pie. I know this because I bought like a book about the history of pie, thinking that I would like to also write a book about the history of pie, called Pie, A Global History. Random page. Wow. Ooh, look at this. This woman is carrying a Christmas pie. Or this is insane. This is the page I just turned to. It is a quote from the an 1830 cookbook called The Frugal Housewife, dedicated to those who are not ashamed of economy. 1830. The true economy of housekeeping is simply the art of gathering up all the fragments so that nothing be lost. Nothing should be thrown away so long as it is possible to make any use of it, however trifling that use may be. And then the author of this book says, by their very nature, pies are an eminently suitable device for practicing this art, but it can perhaps be taken too far. Oh, and then there's another quote. You don't want to hear it, and you're going to have to, because I'm a teacher. This is from Charles Dickens' book or story called Our Mutual Friend. Should I read it in an English accent? I'm gonna. When dinner was done, and when what remained of the platters and what remained of the congealed gravy had been put back into what remained of the pie, which served as an economical investment for all miscellaneous savings, Riderhood filled the mug with beer and took a long drink. He's suggesting that Riderhood, who's the character, didn't want to eat the pie. It had too much gross stuff in it. Okay, my point is, it's because magpies were thought to have collected things, and pies were collections of food you didn't want. They named pies that because collections. See what I'm saying? Combo.
Magpies make extraordinary nests. They take about 40 days to build, and they're 3 feet wide and 4 feet high. I also want to tell you that magpies are pretty friendly to other animals, and they will help to take ticks off of the backs of animals who are suffering. I mean, ticks are delicious, but also magpies are nice, and other animals know that. They're not really prey to any animal, so they're fearless. But anyway, I'm putting magpies in the category of birds that can sing really, really well because they can mimic human and animal sounds. And also the Australian magpie has this incredible haunting sound that echoes through the forests of Australia. God, I want to go to Australia. Here's what it sounds like. Enjoy the magpie. I think it's very seasonal because November is about pies. Don't tell me it's not.
to show you two pictures from Pi, A Global History by Janet Clarkson. And you may use these two pictures as inspo for your, oh God, these pictures are so good, inspo for your writer's playground. So you might have to pause this, or slash maybe I will put these images in Google Classroom. But here's the first picture. And here's the second picture. You may either write a story about what you think is happening, or you may write a poem that uses some of this imagery as fodder for the poem, or you may write a nonfiction story about what fairy tales meant to you, or what pie meant to you, or you can just take these pictures and describe them to someone who can't see anything, which is always a fun exercise, to try to just describe every detail of something. I could do that forever. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for your time and attention. I appreciate you. I hope you have pie. Always. I always hope that for you and for me. And I think it's available to me. All right. See you later.
Ow! You hit my skin. Ow.